It is time to talk about Season 3 potential vehicles now. Obviously I've done vehicle videos in the past, but today it's time to switch things up as always, like I've been doing with the skin videos lately. Now in my previous vehicle videos I went kind of over the top, that's something I like to do, but it's time to get serious today and I've narrowed it down to vehicles that I think have a very good chance of being added. And by a high chance, I know some have a much bigger chance than others, but the thing is here, a lot of these vehicles were present in the Battle of Geonosis, so even though I think one vehicle could be way more likely than another, it still has a valid chance of being added to the game. So as always, there's going to be a number next to each vehicle. This number represents how likely or unlikely I think this vehicle is of being added to the game. 1 being fairly unlikely in my opinion, but obviously still possible, and 10 being very likely if not certain. But I could be wrong, these are just my opinions, let's get into it people. Now I've really narrowed things down for the Republic here. They had a lot of vehicles in the last video and I've taken a lot off. The ATTE is first up. I think this has got a 10 out of 10 chance. One of the phases should include these ATTEs trying to take down the Federation starships. I think they'll be on rails and act like the MTTs that are currently in the game. No question about that for me. Up next we have the TX-130 fighter tank, and honestly here I just see them focusing on other vehicles ahead of this one. I think it's got a 4 out of 10 chance. It will be a great counter to the Separatist tanks, which is why I've put it on the list, but ahead of other vehicles I just don't think so. The V-19 Torrent as a starfighter, I think they're going to pretty much leave starfighters out of this season, or at least something like the Torrent, which is for space combat. That gives it a 2 out of 10 chance for me. We move on to the AT-AP. I think this has got a 5 out of 10 chance. I'd say this is more likely than the fighter tank, but then again, it could just not happen. However, the reason I've given it a 5 out of 10 chance is because the Republic, if they are attacking on Geonosis, which I hope they are, it would make perfect sense, they're going to need a bit more firepower than just the ATTE on its own. And whichever tank they end up adding, I think they've got to get at least one in here. It is needed for the Republic, I would say. Finally, the Bark Speeder for the Republic. I think this would go along well with a Separatist vehicle I'm going to be talking about in a few minutes, so watch out for that. But a 4 out of 10 chance. Speeders just didn't play a huge part in the Battle of Geonosis, however I put it on the list because there's a lot of vehicles in this game that we didn't see on certain planets, but they're still in there. For example, we never really saw Tri-Droids on Naboo, yet they're in the game, so anything is possible I suppose. Then for starfighters, I'd say Anakin's starfighter, as he's coming to the game, has a 5 out of 10 chance, and Obi-Wan's maybe a 6 out of 10 because we did see it in concept art from last year. But then again, they could just be leaving the whole starfighter game mode now, I don't know. Moving on to the Separatist Alliance, we have the homing spider droid. Now this was present at the Battle of Geonosis, and I think that gives it a good chance of being added to the game. I'd say a solid 7 out of 10. The dwarf spider droid, while also being present at the Battle of Geonosis, I don't think they would add both spider droids, so I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 10. The Droid Gunship, I don't believe this was present at the Battle of Geonosis. I would give it a 3 really. If you're going to have the Republic LAATs on Geonosis and the Republic want to push forward, then this may give the Separatists a bit of an unneeded advantage. The Armoured Tank Droid I think is the most likely vehicle off this list. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. People have been asking for it since launch, and there are AI tank droids on Kashyyyk in the game already, so I suppose it would be easier than designing a whole new vehicle model because it's already in the game. The STAP would be a good counter to the Bark Speeder, as I hinted upon earlier. However, I'd give this a 4 because once again, speeders didn't play a huge part in the Battle of Geonosis. The Hailfire droid, also present at the Battle of Geonosis, I'd love to see it, but I don't think they're going to add it. They've got heroes to work on, and I could see the spider droid being much more likely. I doubt they're going to spend time on this as well, as it does look pretty complicated to make. So I think nothing more than a 5 for that. And the Geonosian Starfighter, I think kind of has to be added to the game. I'd give this an 8. It's called the Geonosian Starfighter. The DLC is going to be themed around Geonosis, so I'm just saying that seems pretty likely to me, but hey, I could be wrong. And finally, the Crab Droid, I'd give a 2 out of 10. It's not present in the Battle of Geonosis, so I don't think it's going to be present in the game either. And then finishing off with villain ships, we have Grievous's Solus one. I'd give it a 5 out of 10, however I think if Obi-Wan's Starfighter is added, this would be added as a counter. And then finally, Dooku's Solar Sailor. So many people pointed out to me when I included this in the last video that it's not really designed for space combat, so I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10. I don't think we'll see it. But that is my list, everyone. Let me know, did you agree or disagree with anything I've said here today? I'm going to be doing more of these Season 3 speculation videos because I know a lot of you are enjoying them. So look out for the next one coming soon at TM. Thank you for watching, everyone. I'll see you all next time.